I'm Clara, this is my YouTube channel, and in this video I want to teach you how you can be consistent at anything. I've got this. Put this over there, which is my list of things that I've written down, because if I don't, I go off on a mad tangent. The reason I wanted to make this video is because I struggled to be consistent with things for a long time. Things that I've struggled to be consistent with are uploading to my YouTube channel, exercise, just about everything, my whole entire life. I would say, right, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And maybe I would do it for a couple of days and then I would just stop doing those things and I wouldn't create habits, they wouldn't become consistencies in my life, and I would be back to square one, feeling even more disappointed in myself and feeling like I do not have what it takes to be consistent. If you've watched any videos about getting results, like if you want results in anything, the first thing the video will always say is consistency. And then you're like, oh. So if you are here because you want to be consistent, sit tight. We're about to learn how to be consistent. You need to know, not just know, but remind yourself every single day of what you are doing and why you are doing it. What is it that you want to achieve from this consistency, and why do you want to achieve that thing? Because we all have those moments where we feel really inspired, like a lightning bolt that's hit the tip of our, I was going to say penis, but I don't have one. We feel incredibly inspired and we're like, look, I know what I need to do. I see so clearly. I'm never going to feel how I did before. This is perfect. I've got it now. I understand. And then within about, an hour, a day, we're back to like, oh, I've got no energy. How am I going to manage to do it? If we every day connect to our statement of what we are doing and why we are doing it, it can reignite that passion, that flame, and that drive to remind us why we are doing this thing. So if you have never written these things down, if you've never taken the time to do that and to read those things over and over and over again, to make them your phone screensaver, to stick them on the fridge, to put them on the dash of your car, now is the time to do that. Remember, connect with and reconnect with your what and your why. When it comes to consistency, one of the biggest things that I've learned is do not overface yourself, people. We see this all the time, New Year's resolutions. Hey, yeah, it's New Year.
I'm going to exercise every day. I'm only going to eat spinach every day for six months. I'm going to cut out all of the TV and social media that I've ever watched. I'm not going to drive a car. I'm going to walk. I'm not going to go on any dates. I'm going to stop talking to all of my exes. I am going to upload to YouTube 4 times a day every day.
So much, it's so much. Consistency takes effort, it takes work, it takes energy, it takes determination. Just pick one thing that you want to be consistent at. Do that first. Get consistent at that thing. Lock it in place. And you will feel so good about yourself. But not only that, you will now have the knowledge that you have the power to be consistent. So when it comes to the next thing that you want to be consistent at, you can apply the same rules from that first thing to the second thing. And that is so powerful, and that is exactly the tool that I am using now. Because exercise is something I've been doing consistently for a year, I don't have to try anymore. It's not hard work to get myself to do it because it's become part of my habitual routine, which is what happens. We are habitual creatures. So what we need to do is make one thing part of our life so it feels natural and normal. Then we bring in the next thing, and as you build your confidence and your ability to be consistent, you will become unstoppable. The next thing you need to do, and this might sound like, what is she talking about? But you have to build your life around the thing. You've got to build your life around it. That's the way it's going to work. It's the only way you're going to make it happen. Carve out time. Schedule that time in. Know when you're going to do it. If you say to me, Clara, I want to do exercise consistently, and I say, cool, when are you going to do it? And you're like, oh, I could do it, I suppose, like sometimes I could do it in the morning. Maybe I could do like half an hour on my lunch break, or, maybe I'll just do it in the evenings. You're going to fail. It's not going to work because you're not creating the space for it to exist. You're not creating the space for you to know when you are to do this thing. So essentially, you're being really vague about it so that actually you can lie to yourself and not commit to doing this thing. Schedule and build your life around this thing. Make it so important. This is the biggest one for me. The next thing, this is so huge. This is so huge. Regardless of how you feel, do it anyway. In this instance, your feelings don't matter. right? And I would never normally say that about anything, but what happens with us is our subconscious mind wants to keep us in our comfort zone. It wants to keep us in the known. So whenever we try and do something that's outside of what we normally do, then that subconscious mind is just going to try and pull us back, and it's going to give us loads of stuff to think about, and it's going to make us feel a certain way, and we might feel resistance, and we might feel anger, or we might feel frustration or annoyance or sadness or whatever. But in this instance, if you want to be consistent, you have to do it regardless of how you feel. And once I understood that, I was like, oh, because I thought when I saw other people be consistent, that it was just easy for them, that it just came naturally for them, that I was going to get to a place where doing this felt easy. I'm in that place now, but before you get to that place, you have to go through this bit where it feels like everything in your body will be like, I don't want to do it. And then your mind, which you have the willpower to do, is like, no, we are doing it. And it's like this battle, I don't want to do it. You are gonna do it. You need to win. In that moment, you need to win. You need to understand that's gonna happen, and you need to understand that you do it anyway. And the way you do that is even when your mind is like raging and put your gym clothes on, set up your camera, do whatever it is that you need to do. Do it anyway, regardless of how you feel. Because if you are going to be governed by how you feel, you will never be consistent at anything. And trust me, it is difficult to start off with, but it gets so much easier. If you mess up, do not, please don't give up. If you said, I'm gonna exercise Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you happen to miss Wednesday or you miss Friday, maybe you've been doing it already for 2 weeks, you're in the 3rd week and you miss one day, and then you're like, that's it, I failed, that's it, I give up, and then you never go back to it again. You just fall back into your old pattern. Don't do that. Things happen, you know, we make mistakes, stuff goes wrong, it happens all the time, things come up, things crop up. Don't punish yourself, because again, that's what our mind likes to do. You're such a bad person, it makes us feel so bad that we're like, well, that's it, I failed. We convince ourselves that one slip and it's all over. So scrap that mindset, and when you catch your mind doing that, put it in the bin, get up and go do the thing that you need to do. Do not allow yourself to believe that one slip up means the end of everything that you've been working for. The next thing that I would say, and this is really key and really important, make it real. Make it real. The thing you want. You're like, what is she talking about? Make what real? Make what real? The thing you want. You gotta make it real. If it's not real, if you cannot see yourself in that position, in that body, in that experience, in that job, with that degree or diploma or whatever it is that you're going for, it's going to be really difficult for you to get there because you don't believe it's possible. If I don't believe it's possible for me to get to the top of the mountain, why am I even going to start climbing it? Why am I even going to start taking those steps, going through the hardship when I don't believe I can get to the top? What would I do? I would envision myself at the top. I'd see all the stuff I could see when I'm at the top of the mountain. I would feel the feelings of achieving the goal of getting to the top of the mountain, and I would live in that experience every time I could. I would go there and I would experience it as real, and that's exactly what I'm doing on my YouTube channel with my goal of hitting 1 million subscribers. Like, that's how it works. Some of my videos don't even get 1,000 views right now. If I believed that it wasn't possible for me to get what I want, I'd give up, because I'd be like, well, I'm never gonna get there, am I? I'm just at the bottom. I'm just taking the first few steps and I'm learning as I go. But I have to keep going, because if I don't keep going, I'm never gonna get there. I'm always going to be at the start, I'm never going to be at the top. I'm always going to be at the bottom of the mountain, I'm never going to get to the top of the mountain unless I start taking those steps. And I have to just consistently take steps. And trust me, I've climbed mountains before. And sometimes you look up, you think you know where the top of the mountain is, and then out of the clouds appears another bit to get to the top, and you're like, oh, I'm never going to get there. Where even am I? You know, am I halfway there? Am I quarter of the way there? Am I even nearly there? And your mind will try and convince you you're never going to get there. And then you just want to give up. Eat a banana. Read your what and your why. Feel into what it will feel like when you get to the top. And start taking those steps. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And also, tell me about the videos that you want to see on this channel. Love you. I always respond to your comments, so you can drop a comment in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Let me know about your experience with consistency. What have you found helpful? What tools, techniques have you used? Holla at me.